Hi, I'm Ray with Groove Entertainment Technologies, and today we're going to try and resolve a 771 or a 775 inclement weather or searching for satellite error code. So these codes can have multiple meanings and can often be solved with just some simple troubleshooting. So if you're experiencing severe weather, like maybe some heavy rain or a thunderstorm or some snow, we may want to just wait out that storm, as that very well could be the cause of this issue. If that's not the case, the first thing we want to ask is if this is happening in one room or one DIRECTV receiver, or multiple rooms or multiple DIRECTV receivers. So if we're talking on a large scale, if we have multiple receivers experiencing these issues, you would best be reaching out to us at Groove Entertainment Technologies for some advanced troubleshooting support. If this is only in maybe one or two receivers, then we have some luck here. The first thing we want to do is verify the receiver's connections to its signal source. So trace that coaxial cable from the wall to the receiver. Now, we want to verify that this coax is finger tight on both the receiver and the wall plate. And there's no need for this to be gorilla grip tight, just needs to be snug to where it cannot be spun anymore on this barrel connection. So we'll just make sure that it's just finger tight. I can't release it with my fingers there. Now you may want to also verify the connection behind the wall plate. Now the wall plate barrel, or the connection part, should be blue or orange in color, as that will be an indicator of the correct piece of equipment, the correct type. Here we have a blue barrel connector. We can also remove the wall plate and look at the fitting on the coax behind to make sure they're in a good state. So we'll take the barrel or the wall plate out of the wall. In my example, I already have it out. And we'll look at our connections behind here. So I have an example here of just a dirty, really dirty fitting. I have an example here of a nice, clean fitting. So our options are kind of limited. Probably what you'll have on handy might be a paper clip. And what you can do is just clean out the middle of it, make sure nothing's touching that copper conductor in the middle there. Now, we'll also want to make sure that the cable behind the wall plate is not overly bent. This coax cannot really have more of a bend radius of about 4 inches. So we just want to make sure our cable is loose there. You also want to verify that the coax is free from staples in the line. What I mean by that is coax being pinched by furniture or maybe just being overly bent. The cable should just have a natural bend. Definitely don't exceed anything of more than 6.5 inches or so. So, bottom line, we really just don't want it to be at a severe angle like that. Anything straight and loosely connected is very nice. After we verified the state of the coax, we'll just hit the reset button on the side of the receiver, and we'll just verify we have an access card in there as well. Now, the receiver is going to go through a few steps, kind of look like this, to try and verify its signal. We're going to look for a screen here. On the bottom of the screen, it'll say step 2 of 2. So right now, just hang tight. All right, so when the status bar appears, you're going to want to hold down the red button on your DIRECTV remote, located just below the back button on the middle left here, hand side of the remote. So that's our button we want to hold down here when we see that loading percentage bar on the bottom of the screen. Now, this is another screen that might show up here, so if you see these 3 boxes, you can also hold down that red button and we'll get the menu to pull up here in just about 5 seconds or so. So now that we have this hidden menu pulled up, scroll over to the left once and we'll navigate down to our satellite tab. Now once we have satellite selected, we'll scroll down to repeat satellite setup down here on the right hand bottom side of the screen. Now there are 2 options here. Really, for our scenario, for these 2 error codes, we'll strictly be dealing with the repeat satellite setup option. So once we select that, we'll get an error code, or kind of like a warning message that pops up here. And sometimes you'll see a message here. Your 2 options will be yes, interrupt, or no, do not interrupt. Always choose yes so that we can proceed. Then we'll see our next message here, and that says we need to push the dash button. Very bottom left-hand corner of your remote, you'll locate this dash button. Okay, and we'll wait for the screen to load up here, and you should now see this sort of satellite setup screen. We're looking for basically tuner setup, our very bottom selection here. Now we want to make sure that this selection is changed to auto, like we can see here. Now, my receiver is a little bit funny, so I can't scroll over that, but if you do see a numerical value in that tuner selection, we want to change it. Select that number and change it to auto. So the receiver should now search and find for the satellite signal. It'll load up. You'll hit your continue button here. Now, if this does not correct your issue and you have an error code in the bottom corner of your screen here, please notate that error code and contact us at Groove Entertainment for some more advanced troubleshooting steps. Thanks for watching this training video. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and always, if you need further support, please call us at 801-994-3642. You can email us at support@getgroovin.com or send us a chat on our website.